4,600 years ago, in the burning sands of Egypt,
He wasn't a king. He wasn't a god. He was an architect who dared to imagine. Before pyramids, before giant monuments, the people of ancient Egypt buried their rulers. Then, one extraordinary idea changed architecture forever. What if, instead of building wider, they built higher? No one had ever attempted anything like this before. Humanity's first monument, built entirely of stone, had just been born. But to understand this incredible achievement, we must travel back to a time before pyramids even existed.
Then came a decision that changed construction forever. Instead of fragile mud bricks, they chose solid limestone. But choosing stone was only the beginning. The real challenge was moving hundreds of thousands. Their solution wasn't magic. It wasn't impossible. It was a brilliant understanding of physics.
The desert moved the stone, but the Nile moved civilization. Without this river, the pyramid would never have existed.
But moving the stone was only half the challenge. The real miracle was organizing thousands of people to work as one.
For centuries, people believed the pyramids were built by slaves. But archaeology tells a very different story.
The greatest achievement wasn't the pyramid itself. It was organizing thousands of people.
But moving stone was only part of the challenge. Before the first block could ever be placed, the ground itself had to become perfectly level. Their greatest measuring tool wasn't a machine. It wasn't advanced technology. It was nature itself, perfect and always accurate. With the foundation complete, the greatest supply operation the ancient world had ever seen could finally begin.
Every stone began a remarkable journey from the quarry across the Nile toward a monument that would outlive civilizations.
The Nile turned an impossible journey into an engineering masterpiece. Without this river, the pyramid could never have been built. Transporting the stone was an extraordinary achievement, but lifting it higher and higher without cranes was the true engineering.
Moving each stone was difficult. Placing it with astonishing precision was even harder. But here is the greatest surprise. The step pyramid was never built. The design changed again and again and again. Every revision made the monument stronger.
Imhotep wasn't following a perfect blueprint. He was learning, adapting, and improving, one decision at a time. But after Imhotep was gone, something unexpected happened. The monument remained, but the future generations copied the shape. But slowly they forgot the knowledge that made it possible. When people remember the result, but forget the principles behind it, even great achievements begin to fail. Time reveals the truth behind every great invention. Strong ideas survive the centuries. Weak ones slowly disappear. More than 4,000 years later, we're still trying to understand.
But perhaps the greatest mystery isn't how the pyramid was built. It's how so much of that knowledge was almost lost.
Some monuments are built from stone, but the greatest monuments are built from imagination. Empires rose and fell. Kings came and went. But one extraordinary idea continued to stand against time. Imhotep's greatest legacy wasn't the pyramid. It was proving that human imagination could reshape the future forever. Every great achievement begins as an impossible idea. The future belongs to those who dare to imagine it. Some people leave behind great monuments. Others leave behind ideas that inspire humanity for thousands of years. Perhaps the greatest monuments are not built from stone, that from ideas. The step pyramid was never just a monument. It became proof that human curiosity. Every civilization leaves behind great monuments, but only a few leave behind ideas.
Every impossible dream with one courageous step. Every civilization begins with one extraordinary idea. The greatest journeys are never measured by distance. They are measured by the ideas that continue to inspire others. History remembers great monuments. But humanity moves forward because of ideas that refuse to disappear. The next great discovery may not begin in a laboratory or inside an ancient monument. It may begin with a single question asked by you. The next great discovery may not begin in a laboratory or inside an ancient monument. It may begin with a single question asked by you. Curiosity built the first pyramid, and that same curiosity continues to shape our future. Because every answer begins with a single question, and every future begins with one curious mind.
For exploring history with secret horizons. Until our next journey, keep asking questions and never stop discovering.